I just got back from Sevierville, Tennessee as a guest speaker educator for the first beauty trade show of the Great Smoky Mountains, and it was beautiful. You got to check it out. You got to listen to this episode, and I'm going to tell you all about it, what I learned, what I'm inspired to do now, who I met, and so much more. Are you a beauty or barber pro looking for that push to do that thing you've always wanted to do, whether it's in or out of the salon, spa, or shop? Are you tired of not feeling good enough, smart enough, skilled enough? Are you tired of not getting a handle on your mental health, boundaries, and insecurities? I'm Christine Sherwood, the Beauty Pro Coach, an internationally certified coach, a salon and spa owner, and your personal Jiminy Cricket. I use my own experiences, good and bad, as a salon owner to help you be more self aware, authentic, and forward thinking in your approach to life, in and out of the salon. It's time to reach your version of success with the Beauty Pro Coach podcast. Babes, I just got back from the first beauty trade show of the Great Smoky Mountains in Sevierville, Tennessee, which, by the way, if you have ever heard of this, that's Dolly Parton's hometown. And it was so much fun. I gotta say, I have a little I have a little history with Tennessee, honestly. I was a little nervous about this trip because as a kid, we tried to get to, I think it was Nashville, um, as a family, and we almost died because my dad tried to be a NASCAR driver in the mountains and almost killed all of us. No big deal. It's fine. So driving up there this time, was a little nerve-wracking to say the least, but it was a wonderful, wonderful full circle event. So, what is the beauty trade show of the Great Smoky Mountains? Well, I'm so happy that you've asked because I'm going to tell you. It is a brand new hair and skin show for beauty and barber pros. And of course, cosmetology students. Can't leave you guys out. And I had the privilege this past week to educate there and to teach and to connect and network with so many amazing, fabulous people that I just met and that I have connected with over Instagram before. And some of the people were Kimberly Loomis of Free Your Mind Education, which, babes, you have to listen, take a class of hers. She's going to be at Orlando Premiere in Ohio, I think. Go check her out. I met three powerhouse women of empowered salon leaders, Tina Black, Christine Zielinski, and Nuala Gildy. And they are so awesome. We even signed up for some of their programs. So that should tell you something. Nina D. Williams, girl, she made it very clear that we will never forget her name at the show. And here I am talking about her. Like I have her name stamped in my brain. You got to go check her out. Her story will blow you away. It's amazing. And then I finally got to meet in person the fabulous Brad Poirier of Beauty Industry Cruises, which I'll be teaching some classes with him virtually on those cruises. And hopefully, God willing, next year I will teach in person. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, it has been an amazing, amazing class experience for me, a hair show for and skin show for me in the mountains. And of course, I got to connect and meet with the actual queens of the show, the founders of Hair Life, the the people who put up this hair show, Valentina France and Amanda Fisher. Boy, these ladies, they know what's up. These ladies literally had a vision one day and they woke up and they decided to go for it. And boom, hair show of the Great Smoky Mountains. Like they have a full line of merchandise that they did themselves, right? Shirts, tanks, hoodies, what is it, cups. Like I bought my team so much of their like several shirts from them. I'm like so excited. Like you should see. And these ladies are still taking clients behind the chair. And that, my dear friends, those are my kind of babes, my kind of people, you know? And you already know, listening to the Beauty Pro podcast, that is exactly my same story with creating the podcast and so many other things in my life, and in the salon and spa. You know, I get an idea, I sit on it for a while, and then one day I just wake up and I'm like, okay, today's the day. We're going to go do XYZ. So I love it that there are other babes out there just like me and just like you too. You know, we're just, what is distance? Distance is nothing. And I was telling somebody the other day, I hate that distance is so far. You know, like I'm so happy that we have podcasts and Instagram and texts and phones and FaceTime and all of these things that make distance so much smaller. And so I this episode I just want to share some of the things that I learned and a little bit about the show, and I really want to get you pumped because I am on pump. I am on fire. Like I am so inspired. I'll tell you more, and I want you to feel that way too. And so that was the show. Those were some of the educators I got to meet. And the coolest thing about this particular hair and skin show, besides the fact it was in Dolly Parton's hometown, besides the fact I stayed on the street that she was on, that she decided to, um, that she got her, you know, her signature look from, that this hair and skin show was one, there hasn't been any education for beauty and barber pros in this area for many, many years, if ever. So there's that. That's a huge point. But of course, the biggest difference, which I did not know until I got there, and it was so exciting for me. I think I had looked on the program of the show, and I was like, "What is this?" And this little difference is the biggest difference, and it really changes everything. And it's really the whole point of the show was that the beauty trade show of the Great Smoky Mountains is the first faith-based hair show. Like like if you're into that, how cool is that? Bringing some good old-fashioned morals and ethics and like family upbringing to our business. Like that is so amazing because our industry is so intimate, so full of family and people and just so many things that we don't we're trained to keep separate. And this particular hair show was like, no, we're going to include all of that. And so it was so inspiring to me. And we started each day of the show with prayer and a worship service at 8:30 a.m. with Dr. Stella, who is the founder and creator of the Christian Cosmetology Association, which you already know I signed up for. So she is an ordained minister, and let me tell you, honey, Dr. Stella had me with my holy hands up high, tears of the spirit coming out of my eyes, and so much love and so much gratitude. It was so amazing. Like I have never experienced a faith-based hair show because There never has been one. So this was a first, I think, for everybody involved. And I have been to quite a few, ladies in business events. I've even been to some Bible conferences. And this was just like all of that combined, right? It was so beautiful. Like I have no other words. And it was so different. And if this is something that you're interested in, I highly recommend you go look it up on the interwebs, mark your calendars for next year because I just, God willing, of course, I would love to go back and do it again next year. Um, and who knows, like I'll make this an annual thing for me. I don't know yet. We'll have to see what's in store. But I definitely have a very strong feeling that I will be back in Dolly Parton's hometown with all of her fabulous, fabulous cousins. I don't know. I got some kind of weird accent coming out. I don't know what's going on. I'm really excited about it, and I want you to get excited too. And I just want to share a little background, KK, on Miss Dolly Parton. It's just something that I felt, being in Sevierville, which also, I don't know if it's Sevierville or Sevierville or Sevierville. Like, I don't, like, there's certain people say it differently, but I definitely want to tune into how the locals say it. But in any case, if you are from Sevierville, you send me a DM and let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. But I noticed that everybody in the town, which is not very big, by the way, it's about 2 roads. I think it's Court Street and Bruce Street. Super cute. My Airbnb was right there on Court Street. So cute, you guys. Oh my gosh, it was so freaking cute. It was like Barbie. It was like Barbie land, but with like butterflies because of Dolly Parton. But anyway, you can tell that everybody is on their best behavior. And it's almost like nobody wants to act up because they'll get in trouble with Dolly. Like it's so funny. Like we did, of course, you're all the way, you drive all the way up there and you got to stop at Dollywood. Like come on, it's right there in Pigeon Forge. Um but everybody was like so well behaved in the park. Like everybody's just cool and happy and like they're not cussing. They're not pissed off. Like they're just happy to be there. They're happy and it's so cute. I was shocked. It was like you would expect Disney World to feel like that, but it doesn't. Everybody in Disney World is like high off of imagination, you know? And so it was really cool. It was really cool. But maybe that's another podcast episode that I'll get into. I don't know. We'll see. But back to the beauty trade show. Like what I learned at this show was okay, so let me back up. So you remember from episode 53, I earlier this month I just taught my first ever hair show at Orlando Premiere. Amazing. I got so sick. Remember that? Remember seeing that on my Instagram stories? Crazy. This time I did not get sick at the show. So I definitely got sick afterwards. So, and what we have established is that I work myself up. I get so excited to educate, to be in a room, sharing information, sharing my experiences with you that I don't drink water. I don't eat anything. I just get so hyped that I totally lose myself. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's totally true. Like after the show, like I would give my class and then as soon as class was over, as soon as the last person walked out to go to their next one, I just wilted. Like I just would die. And I'm like, oh, exhausted. Because if you have listened to the show, I give 1,000 101 of everything I got. Like, I give it all because that's just what I believe. Like, if you're going to do something, if you're going to make something work, give it all of you, right? And that's what I did. And immediately at the second day, my last class, I had to run to Walmart, get some Pedialyte, liquid IV, water, ginger ale, and I slept. And it sucked because I wanted to go to the Forbidden Caverns and I wanted to go see other attractions there. And we didn't. We did nothing because my body decided to be a party pooper, and we stayed at the Airbnb and we slept. But at least I learned this about myself. And if I ever want to tour like I do, because that is definitely a goal of mine as a beauty pro coach, to travel, to go to other hair shows and travel around the country and meet you and connect with you in person. Like, I need to get this under control because what the heck? And so that was a big lesson that I learned. I also learned that it takes work to get your name out there. Yeah, we have Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all of these things, but for me personally, like, nothing beats in person. Nothing beats going out there, taking a risk, and just doing the darn thing. And so that was a big deal. I learned that serving is so much better than receiving, and that saying thank you is huge. And these are basics. These are the basic learning things. And like, if you want to change the world, you gotta be so humble. And I personally want to change and I want to inspire you as a beauty and barber pro. And I want you to be and live as a better human and then as a better business person. Like, I want to help you create those business boundaries. I want to help you change your mindset for the better. And then I want to hold you accountable to those things. Like, of course, I want you to sign up to my programs and my coaching and all of that. But my main focus is being able to meet you where you're at. And that's why I love the hair shows. I love the skin shows because I get to meet you, connect with you, hug you, take photos with you, and just be human with you. Like, I'm always going to tell you, send me a message. Let's book a complimentary coaching call. Let's see what your specific issues are, because I want to help and share with you all the things I've learned as a salon and spa owner, because I've been there, I've done that. But I also want to be human with you. Like, for me personally, I need that human connection. And as an artist, I know you need that connection too, because, we deal with people all the time, but it's kind of on surface level. So when somebody can connect with us in person, it's so much more amazing, you know? And so those were some of the things that I learned at this show. And I'll tell you what, Dolly Parton and Hair Life, they also taught me a huge thing, which is probably the part that has fueled me up. I'm so fired up. I'm so inspired. Use what you have, babes. Like, use what you have. Like, if you are so good at arts and crafts, incorporate that somehow into your business, right? Like, you can make um, your own hair ornaments for updos. You can incorporate that with your makeup applications. If you want multiple streams of income and you're working behind the chair every day, get some in salon retail and do affiliate links. Like, Dolly Parton used what she knew in her life And that's how she wrote some of her biggest hits. Her biggest experience at the bank with a teller named Jolene became her biggest hit, probably. Where she grew up led her to write Tennessee Mountain Home, which, by the way, her house that she was born and raised in is still there. Like, it's practically a historic monument now. Okay. Her experience with the favorite coat that her mother made her, like, those are all her biggest hits. And it's there for you too. We just got to grasp it. We just got to look inside of ourselves and figure out, what is it that I have that means the most to me? And how can I apply that and the lessons that I've learned to what I do behind the chair all the day? All the day, every day. Like, listen to me. Like what do you have that you can use? How can you get creative with what you have at your fingertips? Think about it. Let me know. Share it with me. Inspire me. Let me inspire you. And so for me, I came back so on fire. Like, even recording this episode right now, I cannot wait to get a pen and paper, write down my ideas. I've already started thinking about like other branches of the Beauty Pro coach, like just some other side hustles that I just personally love to do. Like, it's just easy for me because I like doing all the things, you guys. Like, there's for the salon. Like, I cannot wait to get to it. And I'll share a little tidbit. Like, I'll share a little bit. If you are in um, my Instagram exclusive like broadcast channel, I did put a poll in there. So if you haven't taken that poll, go do it. But go join the broadcast channel. Like, I share some of my deepest thoughts, some of my VIP stuff in there to get feedback from you. But I I would love to have like a beauty pro coach notebook. Where you can keep track of your numbers, your thoughts, your boundaries for yourself and your business, just a little something to get you jump started on your bigger life picture. It all starts somewhere. And I have so many journals that have brought me to this point in my life and in my career. And so I want to be able to do that for you too. And if that's something that you're interested in or that you'd like, or maybe you have another idea and you want to see it happen, send me a DM. Like, I am so for real. I'm so serious. Like, let's do this. Tell me your thoughts, connect with me, because there's so many things that we can do. And the only way we get what we want is if we ask for what we need. Ask and you shall receive, honey. And like, that's another thing. I mentioned it before, like, Hair Life, who is the founding company of the beauty trade show of the Smoky Mountains, they had a whole booth of merchandise. Like, I mentioned that. Like, these two girls are working behind the chair. They're putting on this hair show. They literally created all of the shirts and hats and merch for this show. Like, what? Like, I was so impressed when they told me that. And I came back home and I'm like, oh my God, I can totally do shirts. No, I can't. I have no experience, but you get what I'm saying. So, anyway, so there's that. And the other thing is, if you were at the hair show and you found me and you discovered me because you came to one of my classes or you got one of my flyers and you subscribed to the podcast, I want to hear from you. Send me a DM on IG, email me, let's connect. I want to know how it was for you. What was your biggest takeaway of the show? Your biggest aha moment? Let me know, babes. If you want to go next year, let's chat. Let's see how I can maybe help you get some like VIP tickets or something. Like, of course, also, like, let me just do a shameless plug here. If you do want to coach with me, either my 3-month program or my 6-week intensive program, let me know. I just want to say, like, connection is key. Finding your people is key. And we know that because we're always trying to find our ideal client. And so it's so important that you do find your people, in your life and also in business. And so just as we wrap this episode up for this week, I want to say thank you. I feel like maybe I don't say thank you enough. And that was definitely a lesson that I learned this show. And I totally should. Like, who the heck am I? You know? Like, I am just like you. I am a woman in business. I am trying to have my dog like live his best life. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to succeed, right? Like, yeah, I always joke around, especially in my classes, like, yeah, I want those red bottom shoes, babes. But like for real, like nothing can happen if you are not humble and if you don't say thank you. And I should probably say I love you more too. Like, I know we're trained like that's totally unprofessional, but I do. I love you. You are listening in right now. You are subscribed to this channel, whether it's on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Like, thank you. Right? Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing and leaving your reviews. Thank you for being a part of my journey as much as I'm a part of your journey. Thank you for signing up for my programs, my online course, the BeautyPro Intensive, the 6-week one-on-one coaching program, the 3-month coaching program. Like, thank you for that. It means so much to me that I can play a micro role in your business journey and in your life. I appreciate you. I love you. And I want more for you. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And until next time, my darling. If you loved this episode, subscribe to the BeautyPro podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave your reviews, stars, feedback so I can continue to bring the content you deserve and want most. Your feedback fuels this podcast. The more you give, the more you get back. You can follow me at The BeautyPro Coach on Instagram and Facebook. Want to contact me directly? Email me at befree@goldentruthcoaching.com.